welcome back to my channel. It's Azula from the Hummingbird Coven. Welcome to your overall week or monthly, I guess, guidance for the month of June 2020. We're going to see what energies are moving through, what planets, what signs are being affected. I'm going to do something different, mostly because I have different cards, but also there's just a different energy, and that's also because we're moving into eclipse season. Eclipses, for those of you, also, yeah, I'm jumping right into it. So for those of you who are new, welcome. First of all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the family. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button in the description box down below, and the like button, like this video. I'll have a whole bunch of information posted in the description box down below for you. Any videos I might possibly mention. I'll also have my Instagram down there for you, and other links that I have sometimes, so check out the description box. Also, grab your pen, grab your paper. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes, and I'm looking at also the calendar. And the energy is moving through June, but yeah, so grab your notebook, grab your pen, grab your pencil, grab your tea, grab your blanket, grab whatever you need to feel comfy, and just get settled into this moment. I'm actually going to take a sip of my water, even though it's almost done, before we start. There's a lot of information coming through. And I'm also going to turn up the brightness just a little bit. Hopefully that will be okay. The sun's kind of going in and out. For those of you who are new, again, I kind of like my natural lighting. Yeah, see, the sun's moving again, so I think that might be a little bit too bright. Okay, I'll leave it there. Hopefully it will be okay. It won't be too bright or too dark. Yeah, I like my natural light and I like my sunshine, so that's just how it is on my channel. Yeah, so moving into the month of June. First of all, May is not over yet, but May was a lot. I'm sure for a lot of us, May was a lot. There was a lot that was happening in the world, and there was a lot happening in our personal lives. A lot to unpack, a lot to process, a lot to grieve, a lot to celebrate as well. So yeah, it was just a lot of energy, so my heart goes out to you, and I'm sending my healing vibes to you. And also, this is why I do these videos and give this information. It's so we can prepare also for the energies that are coming in and that are at play. I work with the energies of, again, the planets, as I've said, kind of astrology. I'm self studying astrology with different tools and resources that I have, mostly my cards and kind of my tarot and that kind of thing, but I also obviously check, I look at charts and I look up the information that I need to at least get an overall general sense of also what these energies are, and how they affect our lives, how they affect our communication, how they affect our relationships, how do they affect our own internal balance and war also that we have within ourselves, that we are trying to find also peace with at this time as we move through this time as well. My messages, my videos are always timeless, but at the time of me filming this, we are going through the COVID-19 pandemic around the world, and so energies are heightened, and it's because energies in the planets are heightened at this time. There's like 5 retrogrades that we're going through at this time. A lot of them are in the sign, or two of them, and soon to be 3 of them, are in the sign of Capricorn. Yeah, see, sun comes out. Are in the sign of Capricorn, which is about rules and traditions and boundaries and the way things have always been and that kind of thing. Sorry, guys. Kind of that type of energy. So that all is being broken down by these heavy planets, by Pluto, who literally puts pressure on. That's kind of the energy of Pluto, is putting pressure on a situation to help it. It's kind of like, honestly, to kind of form diamonds kind of energy is what Pluto does, but it's a lot of pressure. Like, it's gonna weigh on you. There are certain things that are gonna weigh on you that are gonna be also pushed and forced to the surface for you to deconstruct and to release also, because there are certain things that no longer serve us and we need to be reborn, and it's an energy of renewal that we're also moving into, and that the world is also moving into. And then you have Jupiter, which is all about expansion, and Jupiter is also really important right now because we're about to, in the first week of June, move into the energy of the the full moon in Sagittarius eclipse. Right? Yeah, full moon eclipse in Sagittarius, which is ruled by the sign of Jupiter. Sagittarius energy is kind of like, well, Jupiter's energy is kind of like the guru, the spiritual teacher, someone who learns a lot, studies a lot, travels a lot, teaches a lot, type of energy, is very adventurous, type of energy, but also has to do with rules and religions in a sense. In terms of kind of like more the educational and almost in a sense like practical, like the ways that you can actually use them in your life, type of energy, right? Because if you think of a guru, like it's teaching you a certain lifestyle, like you're living by this. Also example is an energy that's coming through, but with the full moon, because the full moon is about completion, it's about like things are coming to completion, things are coming also maybe for some of you to fruition. It's like a climax of whatever energy is you're moving through at this time. It's the heightened energy, so that also again things can release, which is also full moon's energy. It's releasing, it's forgiving, it's being a little bit more grateful for also what you do still have, what you can still hold on to, what still holds value to you as well, especially as we move out of May and out of Taurus season. We are moving now into Gemini season, and I'm going to kind of talk about Mercury a little bit. So Mercury, which is the ruling planet of Gemini, is a sign, or is a planet of communication, is a planet, it's the messenger god, and now it's a little bit too dark, is the messenger god, and when it's in the sign of Gemini, it's in its home sign, so it's a lot of, we were feeling probably in the last few weeks, especially during the time of the new moon in Gemini, but again before and after that, because Mercury's been in the sign of Gemini for a little while now. So it was very kind of quick communications, maybe short conversations, maybe even short trips, type of energy. It's, and it can also kind of go back and forth. There's duality, like Gemini is the twins. It's this dual energy of masculine and feminine as well. So it's also balancing out maybe how you communicate. Also because the sign of Venus is in this, which is all about pleasure and beauty and charm and kind of attraction as well, right? And it's a feminine energy, so it's being a little bit more also compassionate and kind of sweeter in conversation is the energy that's coming through, because Venus also rules the sign of Taurus, which is about like our possessions and our luxury and what we value. So we're having more valuable conversations as well. And then Venus started to move retrograde in the sign of Gemini. So we're also deconstructing the way also we talk to people, the way we have conversations and communications. And it's making it, again, it's balancing it out. It's making it more friendly. It's making it sweeter to each other, kinder to each other, because we're also, like, everyone is going through something, especially right now. Everyone is going through something. So it's showing a little bit more compassion and trying to also see the other side, right? See the duality. This is my stance. This is where I am. This is how I feel. And then it's also acknowledging and understanding the other side so that we can come to cooperation as an energy that's coming through as well. Yeah, so Mercury is in the sign of Gemini. It's going to move into the sign of Cancer on the 4th. Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's our feelings, right? It's our emotions. It's a little bit more vulnerable of an energy, so this might be more vulnerable conversations happening, and especially it's the day before the full moon in Sagittarius, so there might possibly be some vulnerable conversations that happen that help you also to release an old kind of part of your life, or any past life issues that you might have, or whatever the case scenario is whatever you've been struggling with, whatever you've been dealing with, whatever you've been trying to also let go, whatever's maybe possibly been holding you back from moving forward as well. It's having those vulnerable, also truthful, nurturing, cleansing, healing conversations and communications, and letting it go, allowing yourself to open yourself up as well, to then be able to birth something new, is an energy that's coming through. And then, yeah, you have that full moon in Sagittarius the next day. Again, it's an eclipse. So eclipse seasons is essentially like the energy is way more powerful. It's when either the moon is blocking out the sun, or the earth is blocking out, or the earth is either like it's between, or it's in front of the moon and the sun. So essentially it kind of creates a portal, and that you have like a few of them. We'll have the full moon in Sagittarius that we're having is an eclipse. The new moon in Cancer that we're having, and again, Mercury just moved into the sign of Cancer, that is also an eclipse. So we're also moving into a new time of being more vulnerable, allowing ourselves to be more vulnerable, more open about also how we feel maybe in certain situations, possibly relationships, things like that. And then I think there's one more after that. I think the Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, kind of flipping through my book here. Yeah, full moon eclipse in Capricorn as we move into the month of July. And then I think that's it until November, December, and then we have another eclipse season. So yeah, this is an eclipse energies, especially the full moon that we're having. It's about letting go of your south node energy, which is like your past life. It's about where you've come from. It's what you know. It's what you're comfortable with. It's what you've been doing for probably many lifetimes, and it's letting that energy go and stepping into your north node, which is your potential, your possibilities. It's where you're meant to go. It's what you're meant to be striving for as well. That is probably not as comfortable, but again, it is the direction that you're meant to be going in. And especially with Sagittarius energy, it's like we're finally seeing also the bigger picture. We're understanding where it is that we are meant to go. On our spiritual path, on our spiritual journey, what it is we're meant to also learn next, because life is essentially a cycle of lessons. It's meant to teach you, it's meant to, you continue, like the only constant is change, right? You grow, you evolve, you continue to change, and strive for your highest potential, and strive to also then be able to teach maybe those who come after you how to create the success that you created in your life, right? With that guru's energy, your lifestyle maybe, in a certain sense or a certain way. And then we have the, what is that, third quarter moon? Or first quarter? No, that's the third quarter moon, happening on the 13th in the signs of Pisces and Aries. So that's gonna be another kind of like anything that you didn't completely wrap up with the eclipse, you'll be able to wrap up by the time, I feel like, of the third quarter moon. It is kind of gonna test you, and it's gonna, if you haven't let go of what you were meant to let go of, it's gonna force it out of you. It's kind of gonna shake it out of you, I'm kind of feeling. So it's also being aware of that, and just knowing and allowing yourself the time and the space to also be able to allow yourself to be vulnerable and to release, and again, have maybe those more vulnerable conversations with, this could be your friends, this could be any type of partnership with that Gemini energy, and like your business partners, this could be with your siblings, this could be with your parents, type of energy. So it's kind of releasing those things, and it's also releasing old, I'm hearing like, again, doctrines, traditions, things that were written down, that were said, like, this is the law, this is the way that we do things. A lot of that energy is being broken down. So if you're still clinging onto that energy, you're gonna be sucked down into it, like into this earthquake is what I'm kind of seeing. And I hope that's not something that's actually happening, and I don't want to speak that into existence, but that's kind of the vision that Spirit is giving me. It's this earthquake, it's this old world being sucked down. I'm also seeing the image of hourglass, which came through in, I think, my last reading. If you don't let go of those old ways, you're going to be sucked down and like held in that old world while the rest of the world evolves. But the thing with this is that, as I've said before, like, we all live on the same earth. So whether one person decides, either decides to evolve, to change, or to stay stagnant and to kind of stay the same and not grow, and refuse to also learn their lessons for whatever reason, and it's no judgment because everyone also learns their lessons when they're meant to, but that is going to have a ripple effect, and it will have a residual effect also on the people who did choose to evolve. It's going to be things that they're going to have to now face, because for a lot of them also, people who are evolving, people who are working with the energies and ascending into the next dimension, into this new world that we're moving into, it's also like you're probably going to have to help those people at some point to help them evolve as well. So it's also like, stay in your light, it's like, find your inner light as well. Know that you have a hidden treasure, a hidden value, and that's the energy that we move into with the new moon eclipse. In the sign of Cancer, again, it's your vulnerability. It's also your home space. Cancer is ruled by the 4th house, which is about your home. It's about your body. It's about what feels comfortable and secure, type of energy. Again, it's kind of the mother's energy archetype in astrology. It's that, like, the home space, the security that you feel in that as well. Again, the cleansing that it gives you when you have that, maybe mother's hug kind of energy is coming through. I know that doesn't resonate for everyone, but again, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But that is kind of just the archetypes that we're working with, and ultimately it's really just the feminine energy. It's also ruled by the moon, Cancer in the 4th house, and the moon is the ultimate feminine's energy. Rules our emotions, rules also spirituality and our connection with the divine, the connection also to create, in a spiritual sense as well. Create something new, create something magical, create something filled with love as well, is coming through. And then as we move, and the day after, also the new moon eclipse in Cancer, we move into the 22nd of June, where, what is that, Neptune goes retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So this is going to bring, so Neptune, first of all, is a ruling sign of Pisces. It's also co-ruled with Jupiter. Jupiter also co-rules Pisces energy, because it has to do with spirituality. It has to do with, like, hidden mysteries, like the deepest, darkest part of yourself. That is where you find your hidden value, your hidden love, your hidden talent as well. But it's also, there's a lot of darkness down there as well. There can be a lot of darkness down there, so it's also learning how to swim through that darkness and sift out and still be able to hold on to your light and find your light when also a lot of those hidden things come up to the surface that you now have to deal with, maybe in your, like, real life, in your 3D life, in your 3D environment, in your conscious life as well. Pisces energy does rule kind of the unconscious mind. Again, those deepest, darkest parts of ourselves that we can sometimes just put in that dark corner of our mind and forget about it. And it's like, no, those things are coming back up, because you need to also remember them. Because again, there's an energy of, like, the people who also go through the most are the people who are meant to also help other people once they find the healing for themselves. So it's bringing up these issues so that you can heal from them, and it's also knowing that yes, you can heal from them. Be kind to yourself as well. Neptune in Pisces is also like a more compassionate energy as well. Like it understands again that people have these depths of emotions, and there is a lot of secretive energy also in the world, and it's about, again, being compassionate and trying to show as much love as possible anyways, especially with all this Cancer energy intertwined here, because again, it's about the whole chart, right? It's not just about one aspect of it, and I'm still new in my study, but I'm trying to kind of put the pieces together and then give you as much information as I possibly can to help you also flow through these energies, because they are deep and they are heavy and they are intense. Like the pressure also at the bottom of the ocean is extremely intense. It can literally crush it can crush you, right? That's why they only have, I'm pretty sure they have like the lowest part of sea level. They can only, it's like, I don't even think they can get machines all the way down to the like ocean floor, like the core center of the ocean floor, as far as I know. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's like it's intense energy, and it can crush you, and it can take interesting. And energy is also coming through that it might take also using technology as well, because I was saying like it takes machines to get to the core, like the bottom of that, and be able to like look around. So it might take an energy of technology to maybe help you in meditation, to be able to also get to that space for yourself. Maybe plugging out the rest of the world. Maybe you have headphones in. I'm seeing someone has headphones and who's listening to maybe a guided meditation or a sound, like a frequency, a sound frequency possibly, to help them connect to their, again, the deepest parts of themselves, to help them bring up those issues so that they can also process them and then be able to heal from them, is coming through. And then on the 25th, Venus goes direct in the sign of Gemini. So that is also when things, I feel like any tension also in any conversation is going to start to ease out. It's going to start to, again, we are going to be able to start a little bit speaking more sweetly to each other. We're going to also attract maybe people towards us, maybe possibly a new relationship in some way, or just a new aspect maybe of your relationship, or you might be attracting just like lots of blessings, lots of prosperity and abundance. Yeah, it's like a very attractive energy. It's an Empress energy. Venus is kind of an Empress energy. Again, it's about luxury. It's about also what we value. So we're going to start attracting also those more valuable partnerships in our lives. And then the 28th, we have the first quarter moon in the sign of Aries, I believe. Let me just double check that. Sorry, because I wrote it down kind of weird. No, we have it in the sign of Libra. Interesting. Again, I was seeing that partnership energy, that 7th house energy, the sun. It's so nice and sunny though. But again, it's this new love, it's this new light, it's this new optimism as well, this new lease on life. This, again, we're moving into summertime as well, right? Especially as we move into the end of the month and towards July, we're moving into the summer season, like truly into the depths of the summer seasons. Moving into like when the sun is starting to become at its hottest point. We're having also I'm pretty sure the new moon in Cancer is also the summer solstice, right? So we are again moving into this time of more vibrancy, of more energy as well, more fun, art, and romance. Leo energy is also about that, like childlike. It's playful, it's flirty, it can be a little bit show-offy, but that can be in a good way or a bad way depending on who you are and how much healing you've done, and your personal ego and or just pride within yourself of who you are and how far you've come in your own journey, and however that kind of plays out, depending on how much you play into that as well. But again, like it's this romantic energy, especially with this Venus in the sign of Gemini. it's very flirty. It's very flirty conversations happening. It's very much like, it's just new love. It's this new energy coming through. And then on that day, Mars moves into the sign of Aries. So that is its home sign. Mars is Aries' home sign. Aries is this ambitious, it has this drive, it has this passion to also move forward. But Aries is also the god of war. So there is a little bit of agitation that might occur. Like, it's kind of also warning us not to get too much in our ego, too much in our pride. Again, remember, keep it kind of the guru energy, keep it humble, keep it centered, balanced, right? Because you also, with that Neptune and Pisces energy, like, you also probably have a lot of secrets. You've probably made some mistakes in your past, and not that you shouldn't celebrate your wins and your the things that you have accomplished. Yes, of course, be proud of that, but then don't take it too far and then flaunt it and then think that you're the only one who's right in the room, or think that you're the only one who, like, everyone should follow you type of energy. And if you are a teacher or a leader in that way, in some way, like, of course that's okay, of course that's good, but it's just like, make sure that you're always checking yourself before maybe something from your past comes back to remind you of where you came from, and to show a little bit more also kindness. Because sometimes when you get into that that headstrong energy, you can be possibly a little bit arrogant, a little bit ignorant also to maybe other people's needs, because you're just focused on yourself and what gives you pleasure and happiness. So it is kind of warning us to make sure that we don't move too quickly, but energy is starting to pick up. So it is like, allow yourself to get a little bit excited as you move more into the energy of July. Feel that excitement, feel that drive and that ambition to also create in this new world that we are starting to move into. So that is 26 minutes in. I haven't pulled any cards, but I did want to give you the planetary and astrological information and energy as we move into June. And now I'm just going to pull some cards to see what messages Spirit has for us collectively. So if any of this is resonating so far, let me know in the comments down below. Again, give this video a thumbs up if it makes sense for you. Also, share this video with anyone who you think might benefit from this information. Again, my goal, my intention is to help us work with the planets, work with the energies at play, work with this natural world as much as possible, so that we don't work against it, right? So that we can actually step into the power, the creative power that we have, and not, I mean, everyone is going to learn their lessons in their own way, but you don't have to hurt so much. You don't have to also be sucked into that feeling as well, because I've been there, right? I am someone who has gone through a lot. I am someone who has a whole lot of secrets that a lot, like, some people don't know. And I want to make sure that people who come after me don't have to go through what I went through, because it was a lot. And that's why May was a lot, because a lot of that came back up for me and reminded me again of where I've been, but also reminded me of the power that I have to be able to get through that, and to be able to be standing here today doing, or sitting here today doing what I'm doing, a lot healthier than I was in the past, in all senses and aspects of the word. And I'm a Sagittarius rising, so that's also part of my destiny to do what I'm doing and to teach this information. So that's why I'm doing it, and I want to also empower you to take that for yourself and to thrive, and to especially the minorities, especially women, and especially the Black community. I want to encourage us in working with the energies that we knew how to work with in the beginning, but that was taken away from us. I had said something in my 2019 predictions video. I'll see if I can post it down below. I'm pretty sure I said it, but it's the energy of the end of the biblical reign. not because there isn't truth in the Bible, but because there's a lot of corruption in that way in which the also people in power have used Christianity and used the Bible and used the church to continue to enslave a race of people and a specific race of people, and we see that has not changed, and we're in 2020. There's new ways of doing it, but it hasn't changed. They're still trying to make it seem like it is the will of God to do this. Like, what? Like, that's not, like, and people aren't, like, you're seeing the protests as well, like, people don't believe them anymore, right? People aren't confused anymore. People are like, no, you're a lot, like, you're not a person of also God, whatever God you choose to serve. If you think like that, if you think that every single life is important, every single life deserves equal opportunity to receive success and abundance, and we're moving towards a world in which that is more accepted. So again, these old ways of thinking, of living that were ingrained, that they had laws that supported, are being broken down, because those are not the natural laws of this natural world. Yeah. So let me just pull some cards and see where we are. What energy are we coming out of? Actually, sure, I'm just deciding how I want to do this, because I'm doing this message a little bit differently, as I said. So I just want to see how I want to pull this message. Okay. So for June 2020, let me just get some energies. What energies are we coming out of? What energies are we moving through? And what energies are we moving into? Okay, and I'm using my tarot cards. My Celestial Tarot by, of course, Kay Steventon and Brian Clark. And I'll have all my decks also posted in the link below. Sorry, I dropped a few cards. So we have Princess of Wands, we have Gemini, the Lovers, and Princess of Wands is also a summer card. And let's get, thank you. And we have Temperance. So those are the energies for June. Let's see what energy we're coming out of as we come out of the energy of May. Thank you. The Moon, Pisces, which I feel like we're coming out of. The Moon is can be about illusions as well, right? Secrets, that secrecy energy. I feel like we're coming out of any confusion, any again, secrets energy. And then as we move into July, we have Princess of Cups, which is like this new offer of love. Okay, I'm just gonna pull a few more cards. Okay, so we are coming out of, as we come out of the month of May, we have the Moon, the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Seven of Cups. So again, this is that energy of, well, first of all, you have the Hierophant card, which is about, well, you have Taurus energy first of all. So again, we're moving out of the month of May, we're moving out of Taurus season. But also with the Hierophant's energy, we're also moving out of, again, those doctrines, the traditional way of doing things, as kind of given to us by people who are put in power who didn't have the best intentions, again, for the greater good for everyone involved, for the natural loss. But I am seeing there's an energy of we're coming out of the confusion. We're using our intuition, right? We used our intuition to come out of this confusion, to come out of this illusion, to come out of also this deceitful, oh no, this one card, sorry. This deceitful, self-sabotaging energy, this in and out energy, this cheating energy, cheating, lying, scheming to get ahead, right? Using the words of God, quote unquote, to, again, justify these ways of living, to put illusions over people's faces, to make them think that this is the way, again, that you're meant to live. But people are starting to remember their own truth. People are starting to remember their own powers. People are starting to remember, also, I hope I don't get censored for the naked lady, but YouTube has weird things. So anyways, but yeah, and it's all interesting that you have these two moon cards and two moon energies with a high priestess and the moon, and these two Pisces energies as well. Again, we're moving out, and you have a lot of, with this 7 of Cups as well, right? The illusions is like many choices, many ways that I could go, but I don't know which way I should go, because I feel like also I'm being cheated on, I'm being lied to, I'm being deceived in some way, right? Something's, and someone or something is not being completely honest, possibly. And it's like clearing up again, the truth also within those, again, because the Bible is not all bad. Like, there is truth in there that people can follow, but there's also an energy of like, this was a system that was beaten into a whole bunch of people to try to brainwash them into believing that they had to struggle, and putting them in situations where they literally just continue to self-sabotage, where they were continuously in chains, right? Or maybe even where they had to lie and scheme and to get to the top, because they were also not given the opportunity. And this is also like, this ripples down into you as well. Like, you might not have been given the opportunity in the past to rise to the top in certain things, maybe because of an illusion maybe that you had within yourself that you couldn't do something because of the rules that were put in place that probably oppressed you in some way. So we're moving out of that. We're moving out of that illusion. We're moving out of that confusion also within our own, again, our contracts, our jobs maybe that we had that we need to let go of, that were corrupt, that were maybe built just not on a solid foundation, that we need to let go of so that we can move into our future. Or again, an emphasis on relationships, again, with your family for some of you as well. Maybe illusions that you had about your family. Maybe you're finding out some truth about your family in some way, about where you came from, or about the relationship dynamics between people in your family and how that might have affected certain things, and again, eventually affected you and how you were raised as well. Like the familial rules put in place, but then there's also this energy of, again, going within, going into ourselves, following our own intuition and remembering our own spiritual practice, like our own individual spiritual practice, our own individual morals and rules, and again, our values, right? Our beliefs as well is coming through. I hope you can see me. Sorry, the sun is doing what it's doing. Okay, so then as we move into the beginning of June, we have the Page of Wands, we have the Chariot, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Six of Wands. So what stands out to me is Six of Swords, Six of Wands. First of all, 2 6s. 6 6, if that is significant for you, or it might be significant for you, might be seeing that. You might be seeing that. That is probably, and you also with the Chariot's energy as well. Like, this is all energy of moving forward, of success, of balance, of like again, energy is picking up, energy is moving forward also smoothly. You also have these this two bird imagery. What?
You know what I'm saying. These two birds. You have the raven and then you have the swan, and it's like this energy of moving gracefully forward through also because if you think of a raven, and I'm thinking of like graveyard energy, and it's like we have come out of this kind of death period. We're coming out of our own personal transformations as well. We're like, yeah, we're transforming the energies also within us. We're balancing out also the dark and the light energies with this Two of Pentacles as well. There's an energy of like a choice needs to be made on how also we're going to move forward into the summer months, with also maybe this desire also to create with this Page or Princess of Wands, which is Page of Wands energy. Right? It's someone who is maturing. It's someone who is again, this is Leo energy, right? Well, this has all the summer signs. So this is Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So through, again, the summer months, like energy is going to start to pick up, right? Chariot is what came after that. But it's after we also nurture our own inner child. Leo energy also has to do with the inner child, the inner light, again, that we had to find. We had to find it again. We had to find our purpose, our passion, our drive. And then you have the Queen of Swords, which is interesting, which is an energy of also detaching from the outcome, right? It's being excited about this new energy that you have, about this passionate new spark. But it's also this energy of balancing that out with the Chariot and the Two of Pentacles. It's balancing out the excitement and the drive and the wanting to move forward, but also taking a step to make sure that you've actually released also everything that you need to release, and you've also prepared for what moving forward would also mean for you. It's about you, like, use your logic on how you're going to move forward gracefully as well with that Six of Swords energy, and then the Queen of Swords. It's like this person is so wise. They're and this is Aquarius energy as well. It's like it's new ideas, it's genius coming through to be able again to move forward just smoothly, easily, effortlessly, because I had a plan in place the whole time, because also my intention is pure. I have a truth that I'm trying to share. I hope you can see that card. Yeah, and then Aquarius energy is an energy that works or that rules astrology as well. And it's like, yeah, I know how to work with the planets. I know how to work with the elements involved, and I make a logical, thoughtful plan on how I'm going to move forward gracefully, easily, effortlessly, and have success in my life. Because yes, I have this passion, this drive, but I'm not going to rush forward. This is what it is. But yeah, so that is the energy as we move into the month of June. As we move into the middle of June, we have the energy of the Lovers, which is again Gemini energy. We have Two of Swords, which is like stalemate energy. Eight of Wands is about communication, justice, balancing out, also Libra energy coming through. You have the Three of Cups, which is about, can be about third party, but it's also about reunion energies. And then you have to also have Six of Cups, which is about reunion energies. Yeah, so there's a lot of energy of balancing out our relationships again. Balancing out how we could also communicate to each other. Right? So that we're able to celebrate. The Three of Cups also has to do with like people coming together, experiencing happiness, joy, celebrating together. Expressing their emotions to each other. And then Six of Cups is more of like a nostalgic energy. It's remembering past, it's remembering the memories. For some of you, this might be childhood. For some of you, this would also just be balancing out the relationship within yourself. But for some of you, this is partners. This could be friendships, again, siblings, or a romantic partnership that you might be in, especially if you're in a twin flame relationship. Those energies are also balancing out as well. There is a reunion energy that is trying to move forward, that we're trying to move to, but right now there is a stalemate. People are going within, right? We're going within again. Sorry, I don't even know. We're going within to also, again, learn how to communicate in a balanced way. In a logical way, but in a way that is still with our intuition, with this high priestess energy. Because that high priestess energy is what got us through also all of that energy that we're moving out of May with. Yeah, so I feel like as we move into mid-June, we're again balancing out those energies a little bit more, especially as Venus stations direct in the sign of Gemini, right? We're balancing out also, you might be flirting a little bit more. For some of you might be flirting with the past. There might be an energy of flirting with the past. For some of you, just be careful how much maybe you get involved in that space. But for some of you, this could be a past lover coming back or a past friendship coming back, and kind of uniting in a relationship with them. As we move into closer the end of June, we have Temperance, 3 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 3 of Swords, which is kind of a little bit of a heavier energy. It's more so just a patient energy. What I'm getting with this, again, we're balancing out, we're healing also certain energies. We're healing this energy of feeling like we've been waiting for forever. There is still an aspect of waiting and being patient in the month of June, but again, things are starting to pick up. Communication is starting to come in again in your projects and in how you're meant to move forward. But again, it's not time to move forward yet. So there is an energy of balancing out, being patient, and allowing your 10 of Cups to come in when it's supposed to. Yes, it's been a long road. Yes, there's been heartache. Yes, there's been betrayal. Yes, there's been stress, but we're releasing also. Like 9 of Wands energy is about releasing pent-up energy. And what I feel like this pent-up energy is this heartbreak of the past, right? That maybe that's the past that you were flirting with. It's those memories of the heartbreak, of the sadness. But this is also about karmic justice coming in, especially with the eclipse season. Like an eclipse is a karmic event. Again, we're moving out of our old, of who we once were, who we were in a past life, and who we are maybe in the beginning of this life. And it served us to a point because we were comfortable. We had a certain amount of power maybe in a certain space. We learned a lot, if nothing else. Like we learned a lot. We learned about our own strength and about also what we do value and what we want to move forward in. And again, so this is an energy of balancing the scales. And now that they're also balanced, you're also able, because like it was a step before and it might have been a big jump to get from where you were to where you're supposed to be. But there's an energy when an eclipse happens is everything starts to kind of level out. So during eclipse season, you can easily it's like a bridge, like you are able to come right across, is what I'm seeing. And you'll be able to also release this pent-up energy of this heartbreak that you've been feeling as you continue to also trust and see the bigger picture. Sagittarius energy coming through. See the bigger picture and trust and believe that your blessings are coming to you, that your emotional bliss, happiness, satisfaction is coming to you. And then as we move into the energy of July, you have Princess of Cups. This is like a new offer of love. This could be a thank you. This could be a please, a thank you, or an I'm sorry type of energy with this Princess of Cups. But this is someone who holds a lot of love. As we move into, well, we're not moving into those seasons yet, but there is an emphasis on Libra again with that Justice card, but with Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, right? With that Sagittarius energy that came through. So for some of you, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. See, I tried something new and now I have to continue to readjust. And it is like, that is literally the energy that we're moving through. It's like a constant readjusting, a constant rebalancing, until we get a better view, a clearer picture. That is the energy that we're moving through. And you have Four of Swords. It's like, again, we've healed, we've detached from also those old hurt feelings. Maybe we've detached from even, because for some people it's like you're never going to get the apology that you think you deserve. For some of you, literally it might be you just left that person in the past and there's no way for you to communicate and you just decided to move on. So for some of you, you might not get that apology, but it's healing from that. It's detaching from that and just holding space and holding love energy anyways, and giving love, and being open also to receive new love. Again, new information is coming in, right? I feel like also as we continue to give ourselves love and continue to heal from past feelings, past wounds. Oh my gosh, my necklace is caught. We begin to receive the also other side of the story, is a message that's coming through. And then we're able to transform with that energy. You have the Death card again. So again, this is like the final completion, like completely letting go of that old life, moving into the new. And then you have Two of Wands, which is about you're standing at a crossroads and now it's time to make a decision on how you're also going to move forward with your truth as well as coming through. Let me pull a few oracle cards to just get some closing energies. Here we are. This video is all over the place, but it is what it is. Pull some cards from my new deck that goes with the diary also that I was reading out of. This is my Moonology oracle cards that I love and that are so beautiful and that have awesome messages, especially as someone who works with the moon cycles. These, again, they go with the diary that I'm working with to work with the moon cycles as well. So like they're just a blessing and a gift, and I'm so happy to have them. And the messages are beautiful and the cards are beautiful. So let's see what moon energies are going to be supporting us, or what messages from the moon does Spirit have for us as we move through the energy of June, as we move through the month of June. Again, let me know if this is resonating, if this makes sense for you, if this feels like your energy, or even again if this feels like someone around you, if someone around you could benefit from this message. Please, I encourage you to share this video. Also tag me, if you share it like on Instagram or something, tag me at my Instagram handle will be posted down below, and so I can share it in my story as well. Okay. What are the moon messages for the month of June? What are the moon messages for the month of June? Take 3 messages of the moon messages for the month of June. Thank you. We have 1. New moon in Capricorn. Can you see that? Oh gosh, I hope so. New moon in Capricorn, and we have the full moon eclipse happening in July in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. The faith also that you put in, again, because Capricorn is about like traditional values, but it is about faith, it is about spirituality. So the hard work and dedication and commitment that you have to your own personal practice and your own values as well is paying off, is what I'm getting with that. But I also feel like there's an energy of again, we're moving into the energy of the full moon eclipse in Capricorn, so there might be a correlation with the energy of the new moon in Capricorn, because energy is cyclical, as I say all the time. Time doesn't really exist in a sense, because there's so many different paradigms, dimensions that we're all living in within the same also earth in a sense. You have the blue moon, believe in the impossible, and new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Again, this is an energy, like I'm telling you. A lot of new energy, and then look, you have full moon in Capricorn at the bottom of the deck. The ending of a tough cycle approaches. It has been so tough. It has been so, and then new, like straight up new moon, a new start is coming. Like, we can't make it up. Balsamic moon, a time for healing, and then top of the deck, which is the message that we got with the last video I posted, is a new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. Again, so much new energy is happening. And then the blue moon, I also believe, is like the second or third either new or full moon that they have in like one season, one sign season. I don't know if we have one, but that is that energy. But it's kind of like a rare opportunity, because I have this in another deck as well, and it talks about a rare opportunity. So believe in the impossible, believe in new beginnings, believe in yourself, and that the hard work and dedication that you have been putting into yourself first and foremost, but to especially whatever creative projects that you have around you, or to whatever children that you have around you, or to whatever relationships that you have around you, partnerships that you have around you. Things are balancing out. Things are balancing out. We are being put back on our actual spiritual purpose and path, following the natural laws. And again, balancing out relationships, balancing out this karmic energy, and stepping into a new cycle, which is another karmic cycle, right? Because eventually in the future, people are going to have to let go of this new energy that we've moved into to continue to evolve into even better, right? Hopefully. But into more balance is at least what we're striving for, is what I'm striving for, which is kind of the purpose of this channel, and of also my music channel if you're not following me there. Mostly on my Instagram is where I post, and I will continue to post. I've been a little bit silent, but I do have lots of songs and poems that I've written in the past, and that I continue to write, that I kind of post on that channel. So if you're not following me there, again, I'll have that posted down in the link below. But that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to restore the balance of this natural world. I'm trying to restore the balance within ourselves and with our relationship with this natural world, so that we are all able to thrive in it. We all can live a happy, equal, a love-filled, a prosperous, an abundant life, because that's what we deserve, and that's what we came here to kind of do. There is a certain amount of suffering that happens, because there are lessons that have to be learned. There is light and dark energy in everything, but it's about what you choose, and I truly believe that. And with that, and with the light going absolutely wild, I think I'm going to close it there. So if you got through the end of this video, thank you once again. Again, hit that like button. It really supports my channel. It's free. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.